Hello everyone, I am going live. I hope you guys are able to see me. Okay, there is one, two people who have joined. Okay, excellent. Give me a second, please. Let me set this up. All right, I think we are all set. I just need to post a message in the Telegram group if somebody wants to join from there. I hope you guys are able to hear me loud and clear. All right, Telegram. Telegram is done. Okay. All right. I hope this stream is visible to all of you. Is it visible or is it not visible? All right. I think it is visible. Okay. Hi, Zen. Hello. Good afternoon. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining, everyone. Good afternoon. Okay. Let me post it on LinkedIn that I'm live. Okay, LinkedIn is also done. Okay, good. We are good to start, folks. If you have any questions, you can post it in the comments. Okay, you need to subscribe for 1 minute in order to post. Only those who are subscribed can post. Okay, all right. Saurabh, hello. Dheeraj, hello. Shubham, hello. Hi, guys. Good afternoon. Zain, Saurabh, Dheeraj, Shubham. Okay, excellent. Accenture and Infosys. Shubham, hi. Shubham says he has got two offers, Accenture and Infosys, 1 lakh difference, which is a good option. Okay, so Shubham, if you scroll up in this chat, I have given you one link. Okay, I will give it to you again if you want. Uh, Over here on this link, I have mentioned all the things about offer comparisons. If you ask me, it has to do a lot with salary. It depends on you as an individual. So salary is one part, but salary breakup is another part. How much is fixed versus how much is variable. Then you have got location, you have got a skill set, technology, domain, client, and all of those. So there are several parameters on which you'll have to compare, Shubham. And also it depends on how it is aligned with your previous experience. Okay, so on that link, if you go, Shubham, which I have pasted in the chat, there is a method to the madness which I have created, one Excel format in which you can put all the offers and score them and rank them and then decide which one you want to take. Okay, so try to do that. If you're able to do that, that will be good. If you are still having questions, you can ping me offline on LinkedIn. We can do that. Okay. So that was regarding Shubham's question on offer comparison. Anybody who is having more than one offers can use that method. It's pretty common sense and logical, actually. All right, good. So we have 13, 14 people already on the call. Shubham says, thank you. You're welcome, Shubham. It is free, Shubham, for at least 24 hours. I have made that link free. So you can go and register and make use of that. Adarsh Singh says, I have 1 year experience in getting about 8 lakhs in Accenture, which is good, Adarsh. Can I make my first switch now or wait for some more experience? Adarsh, it depends on what you are working on in Accenture and whether you are enjoying that work, okay, whether you are learning new things, or whether you feel you know everything which is available out there. So it is not the number of years of experience for freshers. I think it is more about learning. So others, if you have learned the project well, if you have understood the client environment, if you have understood the expectations, and you are good with technology and you feel there's nothing new to learn, then you should maybe look out in some due course of time. I think 1 year is pretty early. Okay, if you ask me, I would say at least stay there for 1.5 to 2 years, unless you are facing any problems. Okay, so if there are any challenges or issues because of which you don't want to stay there, because for 1 year, 8 years, 8 lakhs is good enough. I think consider all those factors. If you're getting to learn, feeling challenged, then stay. Okay, if there are some serious issues with culture or team or anything of that sort, then you want to leave. But otherwise, I think couple of years is a good enough time. 2 years. Okay. All right. Dheeraj, hi. Zain, hi. Saurabh, hi. Okay, 14 people on the call and 3 people have hit the like button. Thank you to the 3 people. Rest of the 10 people, please hit the like button. Uh, Dheeraj says, is there any budget for job positions or CTCs depending on current CTC and experience? So, Dheeraj, do you mean is there any budget for job position or CTC is depending on the current CTC and experience? So these days, I mean, earlier it was a phenomenon or a process where they used to ask you when you were talking to the recruiter, they used to ask you what is your current experience and what is your current salary, and based on that, they used to suggest some hike that we will offer you 20%, 25%, 40% hike. So that was earlier. In the last couple of years, Dheeraj, this has completely changed. So now nobody cares about what is your current salary. Most of them don't care about your current salary or your experience. They value your experience and your skill set and your expertise. So if as a hiring manager or as a recruiter, I have a very serious need or demand of certain skill set and experience and expertise, and Dheeraj, if you have that, then I will go and hire you at a very good rate. Okay. So these days, companies have different budgets. Okay, depending on what kind of business they're doing, they can offer you different CTCs. Okay, so a SaaS company or a product-based company or a startup may offer you a lot more as compared to service-based. But the whole idea is that it is dependent on how desperately they need, what is the demand, and are you the right person. Okay, so it is not dependent on your previous experience or previous CTC. I hope that answers the question. All right, guys, keep hitting the like button as soon as you come over here. That helps the channel and the video to grow. Okay, let me put my specs. I have seen Laksha, Subin, Atul, Avdesh. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone. And I'll try to go to each and every questions as much as I can. Zen, Zen says, sir, how to get referral? I am in 2022 batch, passed out, pursuing MCA. So Zen, if you are going to pass out now in 2022, for freshers, I don't think there is any need for referrals, because for freshers the hiring in my view happen at a large scale, right? So companies will create this offline or online drives where they recruit a large number of freshers, right? Whether it is BE or MCA or BTech. So Zain, I think for freshers it is like knowing where is this drive happening, which company is hiring in which month or which season, and what is their hiring process. I think that should be the focus of freshers. uh, Reference generally is coming from senior people in my view. Okay, if you want to know from somebody that okay, what are the openings inside the company, then this senior person can help you. So to answer your question, having information about different drives and different hirings is important. But if you want a referral, you should connect with people on LinkedIn. Okay, people working in different companies on LinkedIn, and then request them if you think you need a referral. Okay, that is the only way I can think of right now. Professional networking, all of it happens on LinkedIn. Okay, so that was Zan's question. Let me scroll up and see, did I miss anybody? Okay, Adarsh Singh. Hi, Adarsh. I think I answered your question. Sorry. I answered it. Okay, Dheeraj, I answered. Saurabh. Okay, hi, Saurabh. Can you please answer me? Recently, I joined one MNC, but no project assigned to me. I'm waiting for the project. What should I do? I joined company 2 months before. Should I abscond and move to other company? No. don't abscond, Saurabh. Why do you want to abscond? See, abscond hone mein na, there is a lot of risk. Okay, because when you join some MNC, when you join a new company, you are already registered with them for the provident fund and all of that. So there is some concept called as UAN. Okay, search for that with related to your PF account. So you don't want to abscond, and then if you join another company, if they do a background check or a UAN check, they will get to know that you were working earlier somewhere because your PF would be linked to this company. Okay, so that's why don't abscond. Absconding is not a good idea at all. Okay, and whatever I told you is just one way. There are other ways in which companies can find out whether you absconded. So rather, I would suggest, Saurabh, is to find out why you are not getting a project, what is the pipeline, by when do you expect to get a project, things like that inside the company. And if you don't get confidence by talking to them, then maybe you can resign and get another offer from the market and quit in the formal way. But I don't suggest anybody to abscond. Okay. All right, Avdesh, but thanks, sir, for making such videos. Really helpful. Thank you, Avdesh. I really appreciate that you liked it and you came over here and acknowledged. So, thank you. That was Avdesh. Atul Yadav, sir. Hi, Atul. Good to see you again. Atul, क्या बोल रहा है? Atul sir बोल रहे हैं, I'm good, Atul. For getting manual testing job, can BPO experience considered BPO experience? Let me scroll up. With manual testing, API testing is the best. Can BPO? So I will answer your question. I think you are asking two questions. One is, for manual testing job, is BPO experience considered? The answer is no. Okay, because BPO is BPO, testing is testing. There is no interrelation. If it is like a transaction processing BPO or a technical support BPO or a BPO where you are just processing a lot of records or answering calls, etc. So over there, it has got nothing to do with testing. If at all your BPO job is such that it involves some amount of testing, where you are debugging something or where you are trying to see if a certain functionality is working in the way desired, if your job involves that, then you can coin that experience as a testing experience, but otherwise no. Okay. And your next question is, with manual testing, API testing is best. I did not understand this. Can you re-articulate the second part of the question? Can you type it again? I'll come back to it. Lakshya Bairagi, hi. 10th D. How to become a software engineer after class 10th? After class 10th? No, 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 no. Lakshya, why are you in such a hurry? Okay. There are people who have done engineering. There are people who have done post graduation to become a software engineer. Companies will not even hire you without a degree. Okay. So first focus on the degree, and then if you're interested in computers or software, you will take care of it, okay, over a period of time. So after 10th, don't get ahead of yourself. Okay, first focus on the studies. All right, Subin Sabu. Subin, I'm an BCA graduate and working in an MNC. Is it necessary to do MCA to survive? Is distance MCA valid? Which are good universities to do PG online? Okay, so Subin, I think most companies don't value, in my opinion, okay, and I may be wrong, but whatever I've heard of, companies generally don't give a lot of preference to distance education. Okay, they may consider it at some level, but they don't consider it equivalent to any full time. Okay, so full time degree is a different degree. So whether MCA is necessary or not, I don't think it is necessary. Okay, but it is good to have. So let's say if you are a BCA and if you already got a job and if you're already inside an MNC, so there can be a criteria that when the companies hire, when they hire engineers, BTech, they give a separate pay scale. When they hire BCA, they give a different pay scale, and when they hire MCA, they give a different pay scale. So within the policy, okay, companies may offer you different pay for different education qualification background. But once you are inside, okay, once you have some years of experience, few years of experience, and if you switch then after that, that education is not that important. What is important is the experience. Okay, so that way MCA is important. Okay, good to have, but not a must have. But I would, if you ask me opinion, I would say a PG is a good thing to do. Okay, I am also a postgraduate, so I think post graduation is good for your own maturity, for your own learning as such, right? So online PG, see online again, the same issue will come, because these days after COVID, a lot of institutes and universities have floated courses where they're saying that, okay, we are going to give you online degrees and all of that. How much of that will be valued, we don't know yet. Okay, it is just the beginning. So some of them may give you placement assistance. Okay, some of them may give you job assistance and all of that, right? So if that is the case, then probably it makes sense. But otherwise, it is pretty early to decide. Okay, and if you're already inside an MNC, and I don't know how much experience do you have, then you might just want to capitalize on that, and then later on maybe do a MBA, executive MBA, or some online PG. Then there are so many courses on different websites, IITs, IIMs, and ISB, or even these institutes have partnered with a lot of different institutes to come up with 6 months, 9 months of courses. So figure out based on your interest, your skill set, what makes sense, and then you can do it. But do that research properly. Okay. Sheikh, hi. Sheikh Moideen. Hi, Sheikh. Hi, Prabhat. Hi, Adarsh. Hi, Prashant. I'm coming to all of you guys. Scope of SAP, ABAP, and HANA. Sheikh, SAP is a huge thing. Okay, I have done one video on this channel on SAP, and SAP HANA is pretty hot. Okay, if you are a technical person. So, very good platform. SAP, they've got a lot of solutions and products, and it is being used across industry verticals. So SAP is pretty good if you are into ABAP. I don't know much about ABAP, but HANA I know. I've heard and I've spoken to people. They're getting pretty smart and good packages. Okay, so all the best to you. Okay, I have Prabhat, Adarsh, Prashant, Atul, retracted, Vijay, Sachin. Okay, Atul. All right, let me go to Prabhat. Okay, so Prabhat says, I have 8 years of experience into automation testing and still getting under 20, 8 years. Okay, what will be the career guidance and how to plan my future? Getting confused to stay in QA or switch to development. Okay, so for better salary, so if you are having 8 years of experience and getting under 20, that means you're getting somewhere around 19 or 18. Let us assume that. So, which is a good salary, my dear friend. Okay, so Prabhat, I think for 8 years, 18 lakhs or 15 lakhs, whatever you're getting is good enough salary. Now, if you want to upgrade yourself into a project manager role, that is a different ball game altogether, because you are a tester, right now you are into automation testing. So project management is a different skill set, so you will have to learn project management, different aspects of project management, people management, and all of that, right? So learn that. If you want to become a project manager in the long run, you can do that. Switching into development doesn't sound logical to me, because if you are a 8 year experienced professional in testing and you are saying automation testing, so I don't know how much of development experience do you have from the past, or how is your skill set, and how flexible are you to convert from testing into automation testing into development. If it sounds good to you, then do that. But otherwise, after 8 years, you may become a lead, a tech lead, or a project manager. That sounds more doable to me. Okay. All right, Adarsh. Others saying, my IIT, NIT friends are earning 40 to 50 fixed, working in startups, having just an year of experience, which is true. Because they are in NIT and IIT, they may earn that. Uh, so, where is Adarsh? Uska comment kahan gaya? Yeah, so NIT and IIT people get those kind of packages in startups. There is no doubt about it. See, they have earned it. So yeah, it is a fact. प्रशांत पवार, डियर सर, ग्रुप लीड मैनेजर के सामने बहुत पॉलिटिक्स दिखती है, हमको डाउन फील करने के लिए प्लीज सजेस्ट. ग्रुप लीड मैनेजर के सामने बहुत पॉलिटिक्स दिखाती है, हमको डाउन फील करने के लिए प्लीज सजेस्ट. So okay, so Prashant, I think politics is like a thing. Office politics is like a thing which will be there everywhere. Okay, in all projects, in all companies. Okay, I think little bit of politics is everywhere. Everywhere, what you are saying is your group lead is doing a lot of politics in front of your manager to bring you down or something, right? That's what you're trying to say. So politics har jagah pe hai. If you ask me, it is everywhere, and the only way to get your credit or get your due or get your visibility is to learn how to network with people. Okay, so if you're one up manager or two of manager or senior management, unke saath you will have to find out ways and means of connecting with them or talking to them, participating in events, okay, outside work, just not work, any extracurricular activities. So find out areas or things where you can connect with more people, especially senior people, and try to do things formally on email. Okay, try to help other people. These are some of the things which I can tell you, which will help you build a rapport for yourself. Okay, but it is a more of a people trait, more of a people skill than anything else. Okay, and I don't have one straight answer to tell you how to deal with politics because it is a huge subject. But I think I did some videos on this channel on this topic. You can just search, and if you find one, there might be some tips in that. Okay, all right. Let me put my specs back and go back. Guys, just hit the like button if you have just arrived on this channel, and bless this channel in the video. Thank you. Okay, Vijay, how to improve good English? Vijay, my dear friend, English improve करने के लिए the best way is to speak regularly. Okay, let's say if you're a cricket player and you want to improve playing cricket, then what do? You do net practice on a daily basis. That's how you improve. Okay, so English, अगर आपको improve करना है professional English, you need to go out and speak as much as you can. Okay, there are different groups created and different clubs where you can go and do this practice. I was part of a Toastmasters club at one point in time, some 4 years ago. It also helped me. But over a period of time, speaking regularly is the only way. If you are want, if you want to improve your diction, if you want to improve your pronunciation and fluency, very simple thing is to pick up a newspaper and start reading the newspaper on top of your voice for 10-15 minutes regularly, daily. Okay, what is difficult is to do it daily. So if you read newspaper on top of your voice daily, your fluency will automatically come, your pronunciation will improve, things like that. But join some group and practice it on a daily basis, which Sachin, hi. Sachin says, I have one YOE in automation testing, year of experience in testing. Is this path as SDET good as compared to SDE? Okay, so it depends. Okay, so if you are into automation testing and if you are trying to compare yourself with somebody into development, you should not compare because it's like a comparison of apple and oranges. Okay, developers is a different career path. Automation and testing automation is a different thing. So don't compare. If you think you have good development skills, okay, you are just 1 year of experience. So if you really think you have it in you to become a very good developer, then try to find out ways and means of getting into a development project. But otherwise, don't compare. Okay, so uh, because each one has its own skill set, each one has its own salary band, each one has its own demand. Okay, and I think I know automation testing, there are people who earn a lot of money. Okay, if you go to JP Morgan Chase, for example, as an automation tester also, they will pay you more than 20 lakhs. So it depends. Okay, but I can't give you a generic answer, Sachin. It is more of what do you want, what is your strength, and what is your interest. If you think you are better off as an automation tester, then stay there. Don't worry about the other one. Okay, Atul says my second question is what to prepare along with manual testing, API testing, or ETL testing, or J meter. Is it necessary or can get job with manual testing, and is age matter? So age may or may not matter. Okay, so the trick here, Atul, especially in your cases, if you have PPO experience and you want to break into IT on the manual testing side, all those things that you have mentioned, right, are important, of course. Okay, API testing, ETL testing, but these are like things done on specific projects. So in a specific project, you may need to do ETL testing. On another project, you may not need to do. So I think what you need to do is reverse engineer a bit. First, find out on Naukri.com or Monster or LinkedIn, find out job descriptions for manual testing. तो आप जाकर के पहले ये देखो मैनुअल टेस्टिंग के लिए व्हाट इज द जेडी दैट पीपल आर आस्किंग फॉर. And in that JD, Atul, you have to find out what are these people looking for, what are the skills and qualification and role and responsibility, and then learn whatever is common in those. Okay, so that way you know you are learning something which people are asking for in the market. I hope that's helpful. Okay. Anmol says, sir, SaaS scope for BTech civil fresher with gap wanted to shift in data science. You are asking me too many things, Anmol. SaaS scope for a BTech civil fresher with gap wanted to shift in data science. So you are talking about two, three things. So first, you are a civil fresher. Okay. So the whole idea is if you're coming from a civil background, how much of skill and expertise, Anmol, do you have in IT or software related skills? Okay, that is one thing. Second thing is data science का भी बहुत scope है. Data science has got lot of scope. And if you're asking about SaaS, I think I hope you're talking about software as a service. I don't know if that is what you're referring to, but everywhere, whether it is SaaS or whether it is data science, scope is there. There's no problem. There are a lot of jobs out there. The only thing is how will you break into it because you are coming from a civil background. Okay, so you'll have to do really some really good learning and certification, and then try to break into one company. Adarsh Singh, this is the most underrated channel I ever see on YouTube. I feel sad to see so less engagement on such amazing channel. Thank you, Adarsh. Engagement, I know it is a matter of time, my dear friend. But thank you for the acknowledgement. I have a analytics projection for my channel, so uh, within a year or so, we will hit around 50,000 subscribers. So I think pretty decent. Okay, in 5 years, we'll be around 750K subscribers. So yeah, that's what I've seen through analytics. All right. Praveen Kumar says UI UX developer getting 3-4x nowadays. Can this sustain? It may or it may not, Praveen. A lot of people are making 3-4x. I understand that. See, right now the demand is pretty high and the supply is pretty less. Over a period of time, if the supply catches up with the demand, the 3x or 4x will come down. So make hay while the sun shines. Okay, you can make as much as money as there is demand, but I don't think it is sustainable for a very long term. 3-4x. If it is unreasonable for me as a business owner or as a client to pay such high salary, is it really making sense for me to hire UI UX people or developers or for that matter anybody? Am I really making margins? That is the question I need to ask as a business owner. So I think it will stay for maybe a year or two unless the supply catches up with the demand, and then it will neutralize. Okay, Anmol, I think I answered your question. BTech Civil 2018 till now gap due to government job preparation, not interested in hardcore development. So what do you suggest me to get easy entry job between SAS, SAP and QA? I would say QA. I would say QA between SAS, SAP, and QA. I would say getting inside the industry with a gap and with a degree in civil, people may be appreciative and ready to take you as a QA or into manual testing. I think that was one more question. I think somebody was asking, Atul was asking. So in my view, it is testing. Okay. Sumant, hi Sumant, good to see you after a very long time. Prashant says thank you. Rahul says what recruiter sees while taking interviews. Oh, recruiters generally match skill sets. So they have a job opening and you have certain skills, so they will match skill sets, they will match experience, okay, and they will look for education. So these are the three primary things: role and responsibilities, work experience, skill set, and education. That's it. Subin says, why are IT people eagerly waiting for on-site opportunities? Because of money. What is the difference between Indian work culture and on-site? A lot of differences there. Okay, in on-site, there is a lot of pressure with respect to getting things done now. Okay, in India, it is a bit different. Okay, over there, it is like here and now. People will pick up the phone and call you. The speed at which things work at on-site is extremely fast. Why people wait for on-site is because of money. That's what I think. Second is exposure. They get a lot of exposure to a lot of things. And third is because it gives a lot of weight on your resume if you tell them, that I've worked in UK, US, etc. So I have created two videos, I think, on on-site opportunities. Subin, you can go and see them. How to become a freelancer, Zen, there is a video on this channel, you can look at it. In short, there are websites where you can go and create your profile as a freelancer with your skills. So if you're a UI UX person, you can go and say, I have UI UX skills, this is what I can do. If you are a programmer, you can create a programmer related profile, or any other profile for that matter, right? So over there are projects which are posted by the client, and you can go and quote, right, that I can do this project for this rate. It is a heavy competition, I can tell you. Freelancing websites के ऊपर बहुत competition है. There's already a lot of freelancers out there, but you need to start somewhere. So start with low rates, gain some experience, and take it from there. Okay, Pranav says, I'm working in a professional services team in product-based IT company, but I don't see many companies having professional services team. How to find such companies? Wow. Professional services team in a product-based IT company. What does that mean, Pranav? I'm sorry, but I'm not able to understand completely what does a professional services team mean. Okay, so if you are able to tell me the next level of details, probably I can answer that. Okay, all right, let me go to the next one. Praveen, what is the future of .NET developer with 10 years of experience? If you're a developer with 10 years of experience in .NET, I think the next step, logical step, is to become a tech lead or something. Okay, the wise thing for you would be, Praveen, to look at the Microsoft stack. Okay, what are the emerging technologies within Microsoft? Okay, so Microsoft as a company releases a lot of different techs, right, over a period of time. .NET was not there 10 15 years ago, right? It was something else, or maybe it was there, but earlier there was Visual Basic. Okay, so over a period of time, they come up with some new technology or new programming languages, or a new technical stack. So with 10 years, I think you should focus on learning the latest within the Microsoft stack, um, or try to become a lead or a technical architect of sorts. Okay, Rohit, hi. Kiran, hi. Digendra, hi. Rohit says, can I know in which technology you are working? Or me? Can we directly get job abroad from here? Okay, Rohit. So I'm not working in technology now. I used to work in Oracle Apps 11i. Okay, that was back in 2004 5. So after 2004-5, I did work in Oracle Apps 11i. Then I worked in Oracle SQL PL also. But then I switched into team leading, on-site coordination, project management, program management, delivery management. So right now I'm just managing delivery for data operations, business analysis, Pega related projects. Okay. What skills are required to data analytics platform? Kiran, data analytics, I think there are a lot of skills that you will need to learn. The very basic is Excel, advanced Excel, SQL, maybe some visualization tool like Tableau, okay, or Power BI. Then you have got Python or R programming language, and then your ability to analyze. So these are like the skill sets required for data analysis. Can we directly get job abroad from here? From here, getting a job in the US, you will have to go via a service company, let's say a Infosys or a TCS or a Wipro. Join them and find a client for which they work, and then they will process your visa and send you to on site. That is one way. Second way is to go through a consultant or a contracting company. Okay, that is one more way to travel to US, but that's a little risky unless you know the consultant is genuine. Okay, so yeah. Digendra, Digendra, what is the scope of big data and Hadoop? Pretty hard. Anything which is related to data is pretty good. But the only thing is watch out for what is the next level of thing happening in that particular technical stack. So while I'm saying big data and Hadoop is good, what next? Right? Because technology keeps evolving every 3 to 5 years, there will be something new. So Digendra, you will have to learn that something new which comes up in this stack, but as of now it's pretty clean. Anmol, thank you, sir. But what do you suggest a strategy for job hunting for freshers with gap? What is the ratio of employee for of developer or other profile in any IT firm? So ratio, I don't know. I mean, there are so many roles. There is development, there is QA, there is analysis. Okay, there is support. So without all of these, the company cannot run. The software cannot be built. Okay, so development is needed only for developing. Right after the development is done, you need people who test. You need people who support or maintain, and initially you need analysts, right, requirement gathering ke liye. So everybody is needed. That is the answer to your second question. What do you suggest a strategy for job hunting for freshers with gap? I think if you have a gap, the wisest thing to do is to find out some institute, a good institute of rapo, who can train you and place you. That's the best thing. Okay, but the point is, the difficult part is to find out a genuine institute. But I think if I have a gap, I would go and get trained by some professional institute who can not just train me but also help me getting job. That's the best way to do it. As of now, that's the only thing I can that comes to my mind. Vinay, okay, I am a third year CSE student. I want to pursue masters in Germany. What's your opinion? Masters in Germany, why not? I mean, anything which you do outside India, especially in countries, advanced countries, developed countries, is good. But it depends on what masters you want to do, specialization in what stream, right? And then what are the future prospects in that particular stream. So figure out all of those things, and I think you should be good. Rahul, sorry sir, my question was, what interviewer sees while taking our interview in coding other than skill? Did I miss your question, Rahul? What interviewer sees while taking our interview in coding other than skills? So, if I am an interviewer and while taking your interview in coding, I will see logic. Okay, so people see logic, your analytical ability, problem solving ability, your ability to see different ways to solve a single problem. So if there is one problem, what are the different alternate ways in which you can solve, and can you pick out of the alternate ways, can you pick the most efficient and the best way to solve the problem? So that's the approach that an interviewer is looking for. Okay, whether it is a coding job or any other job, that's what we look for. Then other things are like your attitude, your behavioral skills, and your communication skills. That's it. Benito, hi Benito. Good evening. I'm working in a tool called Dynatrace. Okay, how to move further? I am not interested in a technical role. What is Dynatrace, boss? I have not heard of it. It looks like a very niche tool used within one company or maybe a set of companies. So I don't know this tool, Benito, but if you're not interested in a technical role, then what are you interested into? Okay, that's what you need to figure out in the long run. There are non-technical jobs which are, let's say, on-site coordination or project coordination or business analysis or support, right, or operations. So there are a lot of non-technical jobs out there, but you need to figure out, Benito, what will work for you, what is your interest and strength, and accordingly choose one profile and transition into that profile over a period of time. Okay, but this Diana trace, I have no idea. Okay, a lot of people are waiting. Let me quickly move on. At this speed, I'll not be able to go anywhere. Anmol, scope of QA also, as I have seen in many videos, that it is a boring job. Okay, and after some years, like codeless automation tools make dominance and thus chances of decreasing selenium jobs. Okay, so yes, I mean, after a while, everybody feels bored, not just the QA, even developers will feel bored after a while. That's the reality of life. But see, the point is, once you get into QA, then probably you will, next step is to get into QA automation. Okay, or maybe once you are, very thorough with manual QA, and if you have learned good skills, okay, around the domain or around the functionality, then maybe you can try to transition into a business analyst role also. So things will evolve over a period of time. Everybody needs to move into different roles and need to be flexible to learn and do different things. Okay, otherwise you are right, there will be some automation coming and disrupting everything. So you can't think that, okay, I will be a QA forever, or I will be a developer forever, or I will be a support agent forever, or a project manager forever. That's not happening. So you need to be on your toes to understand where is this industry going, what are the new things happening every 2 to 3 years, learn those things, and then transition into those roles. Okay, looks like a lot of heavy gyan, but that's how it is, my dear friend. Okay, Subhashish Ganguly, my dear friend, and you are like my school, uh, not batchmate, but schoolmate. How long will this great resignation and great hike go on? Subhashish, आप खंडवा में हो, and I am really happy that somebody from Khandwa is joining this. I wish I'll meet you someday, but this great resignation and hike will go on. Nobody's guess, but I think at least this year. Okay, I don't see anything happening bad unless this COVID wave comes or something happens. See, at the end of the day, we need to understand why businesses are doing good. Okay, and why IT is booming. The reason is because of COVID, a lot of businesses were impacted, but after COVID has resolved and vaccination and things like that have started to happen, businesses have started to grow again. Okay, and India is doing a lot of software business with US, Australia, South Africa, Europe, right? So once these countries are picking up speed in their business, our IT business is also going to grow. Okay, so that is one reason. Second is the unicorns and the startups are doing well. Okay, so they are also creating a lot of jobs, okay, for the technical people, and that's why a lot of opportunities are getting created. So that is one reason. Second is people sitting at home are not now closely related with the group, right? So you are not closely related with your manager, your team lead, your colleagues. So after a couple of years you may feel to okay to leave the company, right? So there is no emotional bond. I think that part is missing, and that's why people are reshuffling. So I think at least for a year or two, I don't see any reason why this is going to go down. Subhashish, okay, this will continue as per me. All right, Praveen, since you have exposure on RPA, how is the current and future scope in the market? I think Pega is having good scope. If you go to Pega's website also, and I do this for every other tool, not just Pega, SAP, Pega, SFDC, ServiceNow, these are platforms, okay, or technology or solutions. Okay, so if you go to these companies' website, you will see what industry are they operating into, what kind of product or solutions do they have, and who is using them, how many customers do they have. तो अगर पेगा के बारे में आपको पता करना है प्रवीण, ओके, तो पेगा के वेबसाइट पे जाओ, उन्होंने सारा दिया हुआ है. ओके, यू विल फाइंड आउट व्हाट आर द कंपनीज where Pega is being used, who are its customers, what kind of solutions is Pega providing. So that way you will get confidence that okay, Pega is going to stay. Okay, But then there is competition, right? SFDC may be more or less, they have solutions which Pega is offering, so there is a competition out there. RPA, I don't personally have a lot of experience on RPA, but I think, as per me, RPA is going to be there for another few years, and then something more bigger or better than RPA will come, okay, which will disrupt RPA. But I think at least for now, at least for few years, it is going to stay, which is like true for any other thing also. All right. Praveen Wagde. Okay. Professional services team work on the front end of the product and help customer to use the product. Okay. Provide workaround to continue the work without waiting for development team to release the immediate code fix. Oh, so you are working in that front ending layer with the customer. Okay. Then what was your question? Sorry, but I forgot your question now. अभी बहुत मुश्किल होगा scroll करना, but I will try. There's nothing wrong in trying, isn't it? Okay, I'm working in a professional, but I don't see the company saying. Okay. So professional services team, I know what you're doing now, Pranav, and I agree. I have also not seen this role in a lot of companies. Okay, your role is to enable the customers to use the product. Okay, so what you need to do is, which is something I suggested to somebody else also, for your job title, think of what are the various other names by which people will search for this job title or search for this role. Okay, so you are a professional services analyst, let's say, or a developer. I don't know what is your title, but go and search on naukri.com or Monster or LinkedIn for these titles and the companies which are offering such roles. Okay, if you find, go inside their JD and read. If you find that it is matching with what you're doing, then you know that it exists. But otherwise, there is no other way to find it out. The only way is to Google it. Okay. But yeah, maybe you can get into a customer success kind of a role. Read about customer success managers, okay, or customer success specialist and what they do. I think there is some similarity, Pranav, out there, and maybe you can transition into that. Geeta Priya Rajashekar. Okay. Hello, sir. Is it worth switching to data analytics with 15 years of experience in functional testing and test management? If you can, then it is. So, somebody with functional and test management experience, my question would be, how would you switch? Okay, Geeta Priya. So, if you figured out a way of switching from testing into data, go for it, but there has to be some commonality. There has to be some thing common. I think that can be your functional experience or domain experience, which you can encash or carry forward in the data role. But how, it is not clear to me, but whether it is worth, yes it is. Okay, Parth, I am in BCA second semester. Guys, just hit the like button, by the way. This time we have done pretty bad on the likes. I have 30 people on the call and only 19 likes, which is not a good sign for the effort we are spending here. Okay, guys, thank you for the likes. Let me go back to Parth. Parth says, I'm in BCA second semester. I'm starting competitive programming with side by side development. Is it a good idea? Why not? Why not? So, Parth, if you are in the second semester, all the best to you. And it is your time to learn and do different things. So, if you are doing competitive programming as well as development, it is a good idea. But I hope you will be able to do both. Okay. All right, let me scroll up. For DAP role, automation testing is required. What is DAP? Kiran, what is DAP? Sorry, but I'm not able to recall. Vinay, what's your experienced outlook on project management, delivery management kind of work versus technical roles in terms of work pressure, especially in older stages between 45 and 55? Very good question, Vinay, and I think you are asking this question to the right person. So if I get 2 3 more likes, I will answer this question, because I am almost 45, I think. So my outlook, okay, my outlook is, when you reach 45 or 55, you have already some 20 plus years of experience around that, and you have spent those 20 years doing something. So if you have spent a considerable amount of time in project management, process management, program management, delivery management, then I think it will not be a pressure job for you. Okay. Versus if you have done technical role all your life and you are very fond of technology and very good at technology, then after 40 also you will be like an architect, okay, or a solution architect or a technical architect at an enterprise level. So I think, Vinay, it has to do more with whether you are in the right job. So if I am into delivery, am I really the delivery person, okay, or I am actually a technical person trying to do delivery? Then there is immense work pressure. Or the other way around, that if I am actually a delivery person, I mean suited sorry guys, I mean, if I'm more suited to do delivery, but I'm trying to gain experience in technology, there will be a lot of pressure. So the whole point is, if you build your career, 20 years of work into something which is your strength area, which is your expertise, liking, then the work pressure takes care of itself. You will not feel pressurized, because otherwise work pressure is everywhere in all the roles. Rohit, will SAP have demand? Yes, it will. If so, which module you suggest? I can't suggest any one module, Rohit, honestly, because I don't know that much of SAP. But I can tell you, SAP is in demand, and I did one video on this channel on SAP. Go to its website. Please read SAP solution products, in which industry it is getting applied. It is, everything is there on their website along with the case studies. So if you read that, you will know which industry is using which product, and that's how you can decide which one you want to work on. Okay. Himanshu, good to see you. I'm fine. What is the scope of JavaScript? Full stack, pretty hot. JavaScript full stack, as per my knowledge, is pretty much in demand these days, Himanshu. So if you are into that, that's the place to be. All the best to you. Praveen, kindly suggest few ways to hunt for premium jobs greater than 45 LPA with 15 years experience. Wow, that's like a okay. 45 lakhs and more with 15 years of experience. I would suggest get into something which is very niche, okay, where there is a lot of demand and little supply. So somewhere, and it will require experience, because you already spent 15 years, and I don't know what those 15 years were gone into. But if I take my example, if I am a good delivery manager, an excellent delivery manager, then with 15 years of experience, I can earn 45. Okay, let me put it that way. There are junior people who are junior to me, who are, let's say, certified on Pega. They are like, what is that? Pega certification, the third level of Pega certification. One is the system architect, the senior system architect, and lead system architect, LSA, right? So LSAs can earn 45s, because Pega is niche. There are a lot of demand but little supply. Similarly, in SFDC, right? If you get into a niche role in SFDC, you can do that. So that's how you'll have to pick and choose one specialty sector, and then expect a lot of money. Hi, Sohail. Pranav says he will connect with me on LinkedIn. Sure, Pranav. Sohail says, which has more preference in the industry, Tableau or Power BI? It is like a at the toss of a coin. We can decide that, Sohail. But I think Power BI, if I'm not wrong, is backed by Microsoft, and Tableau is, I think, taken over by some company. I have to Google that, but I think both are pretty hot. Wherever there is Microsoft technology, Power BI will be used. That is common sense. So any company which is using Microsoft technology For their analytics, they will use Power BI by default. Okay. So I think that way you know where Power BI is getting used. And then Tableau, I think, is pretty widely used, if I'm not wrong. So I would suggest, based on your experience and based on what you are doing, whatever is more relatable to you, if you are coming from a Microsoft background, then probably it is Power BI. If not, then probably it is Tableau. But that is like very little knowledge that I have. So you may want to do some Google on that. Mohammad Ilyas, hi. Aditya, hi. Subin, hi. Okay, Suhail says, is it like really necessary for freshers to switch after a few years, for a fresher can stay in the same company for years and also good? Yeah, Suhail. So it depends on which company you're working for and how much are they paying and are you really happy with that? I don't think I'll be able to continue for a very long time, but let me finish some questions. So, I know a lot of freshers, Suhail, who have stayed in the same company. The company has done a good job to pay them a decent amount, and they have stick around. Okay, and then they've got on-site opportunities also. So a decent pay package, a good salary hike, maybe not completely at par with market, but I've seen people who stay in the company for 4, 5, 6 years where they've joined. So those things happen as well. All right, Mohammad Ilyas. Got good package for automation testing, but how to convince HR to get the current location where I am residing? I don't want to lose the deal. Hmm. Talk to them on phone. So Mohammad Ilyas, talk to them on phone, and how to convince is not something which I can answer, but I can tell you how to do that conversation. It is anyway COVID period, so I think a lot of companies allow remote working. So first, try to negotiate a remote working option. I think that would work well. And then, you know, see whether they're flexible to do that. And do they really want you to relocate? Is that a must have for them? Because if it is a must have, then there is a problem. Then you will not be able to convince. Okay, but otherwise, tell them some personal reason. Try to get into work from home model or a flexible model, or tell them some personal reason and buy time for next 6 months or so, and tell them that after 6 months I'll relocate, and then see what happens after 6 months, something of that sort. Aditya, how to prefer interview for 2.5 Java developer, how to manage office work and preparation also. Okay, so for interview preparation you will have to do it after office hours, in the night and on the weekends. That is the only way, Aditya, because I know there will be a lot of work during the weekdays. You will not be able to do it. How to prepare? There are a lot of content, there are a lot of channels who tell you how to prepare for Java. There is a lot of questions out there on different websites which you can prefer, but do it after work hours and on the weekends. Okay, nowadays a lot of students who've been go to abroad like Canada, UK. What is your opinion about why they are leaving India only for money and work-life balance? There's no work-life balance, by the way. So you, wherever you go, there is work. There's no balance. In India, not got this. So India, okay, of course, if you go to US, UK, there is like the currency conversion, right? 45 times, 70 times, 80 times more value of a US currency or UK currency, and that is the more reason why people leave. I don't think it is about work-life balance, but yeah, money it is. Kumar, hi, good to see you back. Same here, Kumar. Abhishek, how to prepare for a low-level design interview? Oh, I am not an expert on that at all, Abhishek. So I don't know how to do a low-level design interview preparation, but um, you may want to Google that. I am not aware at all. Sorry. Muhammad Abdul Halim. Are you the same Muhammad Abdul Halim who used to work with me? But I don't know. What is the future of Salesforce? I'm planning to switch. Uh, what is the future of Salesforce? Salesforce has pretty good future, man. I created one video about the entire Salesforce thing on this channel. So Salesforce SFDC has got very good future. If you want to switch, then you want to ask yourself why. You want to switch from SFDC into what and why. Okay, so answer those questions to yourself. That will be really important for you to make a decision, because I think SFDC is a good place to be. Guys, just hit the like button as much as you can for the time spent. We have spent more than an hour. So before you leave, make sure that you hit the like button and share this video in your groups. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, on Telegram, and you can mail me on career.coach.anand@gmail.com for any personal consultation that you need. But that like button and that share is a killer. Okay, Rohit says planning to do MS in US. Any comments on the job market and opportunities? MS in US is a very good thing to do, Rohit. The only important thing is from where. Okay, so if you get into a good university, that's the best thing to do after your engineering. If you get into US in an MS, then from there the job market in the US, or anywhere in the world, you can apply. So I think that's pretty. Suhida says work-life balance. Okay, so I think MS is pretty good thing to do. Okay, if you are getting into a good university, I would suggest go for that. So Sumedha Bhatkar, how to achieve work-life balance? You can't. The only thing that you can do is to organize yourself, discipline yourself for the number of time you check your emails, or for the number of times you get online. Unless your job requires you to be online or check emails every now and then, don't do it. Give yourself some working hours, x 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's it. Go offline. Okay, don't answer calls unless it is really needed. So it is more of self discipline than anything else. If you're able to achieve that, if you're able to organize yourself, that's work life balance for you. Now, what kind of salary escalation that is happening currently? How challenging it is for the companies to manage their cost escalation will severely impact top line, bottom lines. Kumar, absolutely right. It is a challenge. Absolutely, uh, it is absolutely a challenge that the cost is escalating, especially for the service companies, because the disruption is coming from the startup side, right? So yeah, I mean, there is a cost angle associated to that, and companies are focusing on hiring junior people. That is their cost, taking care of the cost mismatch, right? So they will hire more people, they will hire more freshers at a lower cost, and make them train them so that they can do the job, and that's how the cost will be neutralized. Kumar. Arthur Morgan, do you feel sad regarding your job? You are almost like 30, 40s and still working in a corporate culture. Don't you feel that a government job would be so much better? No offense. Excellent question, Arthur Morgan. So, Arthur, I'll tell you a very interesting piece. I also am doing some, resume review work. I used to write resumes, which I've stopped, at least temporarily. But I do review of a lot of resumes, and you will be surprised, Arthur. I got a lot of resumes from people working in banks. Okay, people working in ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, in good managerial positions. Okay, good bank positions. And there was one lady also working in SBI, and I was surprised that she sent a resume to me to review, because she wanted to move from bank into IT, into corporate job. So, my dear friend, the grass is always greener on the other side. Okay, I have a lot of friends who are vice presidents, senior vice presidents in financial companies and in other companies. They at times think that, oh, our some of our batchmates are in the US doing a IT job, a consultant or a contract basis job, and they're happily sitting in the US. So the grass is always greener on the other side. Government person may feel corporate is better, corporate may feel a bank is better, or vice versa, right? So there's nobody is sad. At the end of the day, you need to realize that if you are happy doing what you do, and if you're getting enough money to survive, that's all you need. Okay, so I'm not offended at all. Shafi, please tell SAP FICO career. Shafi, I don't know that much of detail about SAP FICO. I mean, I don't know, so I can't answer that. But in my view, SAP generally is a very good platform. So FICO must be good as well. That's my high level take, but I don't know the details. Sorry about that. Sandy, is CRM or BPM tool good to learn as far as job opportunity available in the market? Yes, it is. CRM, like SFDC, it's pretty hot. Okay, I don't know which BPM tool you're talking about, but there are a lot of jobs for CRM. Murli Krishna, what is the right time to switch jobs? Every 2 to 3 years, maximum 5 years. Shafi, thank you, but yeah, I couldn't help you. I know that. All right, guys, I think we will have to sign off. I have been coughing a lot, and I hope this was helpful to you. Before you leave, please hit that like button, and share this video with your friends and WhatsApp groups with your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, parents, neighbors, etc. Abhishek, I have 4 years of experience in preparing for interviews. These days, there is a lot of hiring. Should one only resign when I have minimum one job offer in hand? Notice period is more than 2 months. Yes, that's the best practice, Abhishek, to resign only when you have offer. Without offer, if you resign, you will put pressure on yourself. Okay. Um, so yeah, I mean, get an offer first and then resign. That's the best thing to do. Nikhil, what could be the future of database administrator? Ah, interesting question. So DBA, I know DBAs were in lot of demand few years ago, but now actually I don't know, Nikhil. That's a very good question, but I don't know the answer because so much of things have changed in the database industry. I don't know whether DBAs are really needed now. I mean, of course they're needed, but I don't know the future as such. Okay, Nikhil. I'll have to find out. Sorry, but we can chat on LinkedIn. If you ping me, I can try to find out. Okay. Naresh Kumar, what is the scope of working in healthcare project? Very good scope. Okay, Naresh, but it depends on what is your role. Okay, healthcare, medicine, and all of these industries are pretty booming these days. So yeah, I mean, if you're into that, good, but depends on what role you're doing. Okay. All right, good guys. I'm pretty much done here. We will connect again anytime whenever we get a chance. Before you leave, hit the like button, please, and share the video. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you soon in another live session. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Tada. Tata. Have a great weekend. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. जाने से पहले वो लाइक बटन जरूर दबा देना. Thank you, Naresh, Murli, Aditya, Nikhil. Thank you for staying. Appreciate it, guys. Bye bye. Boom. End stream.